2020 looks like it's going to bring some pretty exciting driver releases. No much more so than the Taylormade Sim and the Callaway Mavrik. Let's do it, and let's do it now. Hi everyone, James Robinson here. If you're new to the channel and this is your very first time watching my content, first of all, I'd like to warmly welcome you to the channel. I'd also like to warmly welcome you to the channel if it's not your first time watching. I'd also like to hugely thank you for your support and for being a subscriber. If you're not already a subscriber, go down and consider hitting that subscribe button below. That way you won't miss any of the great golf-related content that we bring to you guys here every single day. In today's video, also make sure you leave a like, not just in today's video, but in videos in general, because then I know that you know that the Mavrik knows that the Sim knows that I know that you know that you're enjoying the content. In today's video we are comparing what I think could be the biggest heavyweight battle of 2020 and also potentially the biggest comparison of 2020. Now we're going to start with the Taylormade Sim, then we're going to go Callaway Mavrik, then we're going to go back Sim, then we're going to go back Mavrik, and I know what you're thinking already. Names haven't been a strong point this year, but they look good anyway. Let's start with the Sim. Oh, that is such... That's, we can forgive the name. Forget Sim, love it. And remember guys, I have done a full review on both the Taylormade Sim and the Callaway Mavrik. If you do want to see that, if you want to see everything that goes into these clubs, then make sure you do check those out. I'll link them somewhere in this video. I've also done reviews on the Mavrik Max and the Mavrik Sub-Zero and the Sim Max. So I guess first port of call has to be shelf appeal, doesn't it? It has to be colours. It has to be which driver are you drawn to the most? Oh, that's even better. Yeah. But back to the shelf appeal. So as I said, the names, I'm not a fan of either of the names, to be honest. I'm going to be brutally honest, I think that we could have maybe done a little bit better there with both of these clubs. But I must say, I love the colour scheme on the Sim. I think from a shelf appeal standpoint, the Sim sort of has to take it. The one thing which might stand in its way is this big asymmetric 20-degree inertia generator. Got that right again. You see, usually I do have to go back to the notes for big words like that, but yeah, big words just like asymmetric. Yeah. So I mean, really, the big story behind both these clubs... That's another good one. Oh, I'll tell you what, get it in the bag. Get it in the bag. The big story behind both these clubs is aerodynamics. Something like that. It's about reduced drag, it's about increased club speed and hopefully increased club head speed, which should increase distance. Gotta say, I'm really enjoying this Taylormade Sim. And as I look down at the ball, I mean, we're gonna come to a little bit of a comparison on how they look down at the ball, but gotta say, the Taylormade's going to do well to be beaten. It's pretty good looking on top. That was toey, and that's still... This is... Did I have a lesson overnight or something? Did have a lesson the other day actually with singeing in Germany. If you've not seen that, I'll link that. I think it's this corner they go in, so I'll link it in this corner. Fantastic lesson singeing, thank you very much. I'm sure you're loving watching these. Okay, let's go one more shot with the Sim, then let's go Mavrik. Then let's do the whole thing again because it's fun, isn't it? That's gotta be long. Oh no, I'm sorry, but I have no idea what's happening here. These numbers are going to be absolutely huge. We're going to try and put some similar swings now on the Mavrik. This could be good because when I tested the Mavrik, I really enjoyed it. So I've got to say, looking down at the Mavrik to start with, it looks very, very good actually. This is a standard version, it isn't the Sub-Zero version, it isn't the Max version, it is the standard Mavrik, and that's the one with the Cyclo Aeron technology on the back. Again, right first time. Not that cyclone or aero are big words, but there's technology in there, that's a fairly big word. As this club sits down on the ground now, I hover the club anyway, but the new shape actually, it makes the back of the club look like it's really far away from the ground, and I really like that. I get the feeling as though I can take it away a little bit freer, and that you're just not going to get caught on the way back with anything. Not that you would anyway, but it's funny what goes in here, isn't it? Oh, that is a great start with the Mavrik. I mean, it's going right a little bit, but that's another cracking hit to start 2020 with. I've got to say, now I used the Taylormade M5 last year and I really enjoyed it. The reasoning, mainly the looks, mainly the feel, but a huge proportion of that was down to the acoustics, down to the sound. Now Callaway have introduced a new internal rib technology in here, which was artificial intelligence designed. Never know how to say that. Artificial intelligence, you get the idea. It sounds a lot better. No, for right. I mean, it still kept on some ball speed, but that's actually not done too bad to say where I struck it from. I struck that out of there. So one thing that I'm not a huge fan of, and I did discuss this in my review of this, in fact it was kind of a bit blunt really, the colour. If we compare these two clubs on the sole for a colour scheme, there's really only one winner, because let's face it, orange? Burnt orange? Come on. But then this club is available in custom options from the custom shop, so you can have pretty much any colour scheme you do want on there. And for me, as I said in the review, if you haven't watched the review guys, you need to go and watch it. But basically, if I was going to game this, I would game it in a different colour than that, because I just don't like it. And I'm aware that's a totally personal thing. Some people might love this. It might be your favourite colour. You might be a Wolves fan. That's fantastic, great for you. But it's not my cup of tea exactly. So, come on. Looking down at it, you do see the triaxial carbon crown, so it has got a carbon top exactly the same as the Sim, although the difference in a close-up is quite astonishing. You have the real shiny finish with the Mavrik and a little bit of a duller finish in the Sim. I quite like the shiny finish, you know, on top. On top it's a very close one. Just like last year, I was very, very torn between the Epic Flash Sub-Zero and the Taylormade M5. This could be a similar story this year, but then there's some fantastic drivers out as well, isn't there? There's the Cobra, there's the Mizuno, there's the Titleist drivers that are doing so well. Guys, smash those comments below and let me know what else would you like to see me compare these drivers against this year. I think that's what you call a line ball. Okay guys, so we're going to jump back in with the Sim now. We're going to hit 5 more. We're going to hit 10 shots in total with both clubs. I think that's a pretty fair representation for the clubs. Other technology you will see in the Sim, as opposed to just the aerodynamic asymmetric 20-degree inertia generator. Smashing that one out the park now. We still have the speed injected twist face, we still have the carbon composite design, and we also have the weight movement in the front, so you can adjust it to draw or fade. Oh, that felt amazing. I'm really surprised that's not gone further. That spun up quite high at 3.7, but it felt pretty awesome. Both the clubs do have adjustability, so you can adjust the loft, you can tinker around with those. Also with the Callaway, you can adjust the face angle, and you can also have an align grip on there, because the OptiFit system is absolutely awesome and doesn't change where the shaft sits in the head, as opposed to with the Taylormade. If you do change the loft, then the shaft detailing and the grip detailing can basically sit anywhere. So that might annoy you a little bit. Let's fly through these, go back Mavrik and see how they perform. Oof, for left! We've been waiting for that one. There we go. Nice shot to finish on. Let's go 5 more with the Mavrik, then let's compare these for numbers, for distance, for spin rate, for ball speed, and also for club head speed, because Taylormade and Callaway do claim that these clubs are supposed to be more aerodynamic. They're supposed to create more club head speed, which is supposed to produce more ball speed, which in turn should produce more distance. We're also going to decide exactly which one is more forgiving, and we're also going to decide, or I'm going to decide for me personally as an opinion, which is what all these videos are, my opinion, which one looks best, which one feels best, and which one sounds best, because I'm going to probably say these are going to perform pretty similar. Then it comes down to personal opinion, doesn't it? That's a bad one again. I'm amazed actually how, with the Mavrik, how it can maintain its ball speed. I've struck a couple like way out of the toe. It's not gone too far right on me. The face has geared open a little bit, but apart from that, I'm still getting pretty good ball speed, still getting pretty good spin rate, still getting pretty good distance as well. Okay guys, last shot in this test. This is the 20th shot that we've hit, and I've got to say, I've really enjoyed this. I could stay here and do this all day. I mean, you guys don't have all day, so I'm not going to stay here and do this all day, but I definitely could. Sound-wise, I'm going to put it out there now. This sounds a lot better than the Epic Flash. But it doesn't quite sound as good as the Sim. It just doesn't. Performance-wise, that might be a different story, but we'll have to wait and see. Last shot. Oh, that felt so good, so good. One thing I would say is that with the Mavrik, even when I absolutely nail it, I smash it, that one felt absolutely amazing. I didn't seem to go as far as when I absolutely nailed the Sim. With With the Sim, I've had some of the longest drives I think I've potentially ever had realistically, especially for how I've been swinging. You will see in the results, guys, that I had a lesson last week, and I think it's actually doing very, very well. So you might see a bit of a change in the numbers from what I would generally get. We've spoken about the sound. This is going to be hard to beat again this year. Looks, it's going to be that again, guys. But I do think if I went custom shop, got this in a different colour, I have seen one in a different colour because when I had my meeting with the guys at Callaway just to talk me through all this, I saw one in like a navy blue, a deep red and a white. It looked absolutely beautiful as well, so there's that. But how have they performed? Let's take a look. So let's start, as always, with dispersion. This is dispersion on the Sim, dispersion should I say, we'll get my words out eventually. You can see 2 bad swings there, that's really annoying. I'm working on my game, I'll be absolutely honest with all of you. Apart from those 2, I'm quite happy with that. They're really nice high ball flights, aren't they? I've got it set at 9 degrees, just like the Mavrik, so that's a nice fair test. What about dispersion on the Mavrik? None of the left shots. That is absolute gold dust for me, not hitting that horrible smother hook left. That's obviously not down to the club. Maybe it's down a little bit to the head shape. Maybe I feel a little bit more confident, making me take the club away a little bit better like we said. Again, real nice ball flights. I really enjoy what I'm trying to do with my swing actually at the moment. What about the numbers? Okay, so numbers for the Sim and the Mavrik. Oh, that's close, isn't it? There's 2 yards in it total, so 277 for the Sim, 275 for the Mavrik. And you can see club speed with the Sim up at 110.5. That is absolutely absurd for me. As I said, working on my game, things are feeling better. But that is, I feel, I'm quite proud of that actually. It's created more club head speed than the Mavrik. The Mavrik's down at 107.4, which has resulted in a higher ball speed for the Sim at 160.8 as opposed to 159.1. Very, very close actually. So the Mavrik has actually created decent ball speed for the return on the club head speed. And you can see spin rates there. The top number is the Sim at 2973, which is relatively high. And again, 2737 for the Mavrik, which again is relatively high for me. So generally, what have we learned from this video? Well, we've learned that I'm swinging a little bit better, which is absolutely awesome. I'm very, very happy with that. We've learned that both these drivers perform very, very well. I'm spinning it quite high today, but that could be down to the changes in the swing. There's also another round that we've not touched on. Head covers. Which head cover wins? Now, both of these, you may laugh, you may think I'm wasting time here, but both of these are miles better quality than the head covers of previous. So the head cover for the M5, I thought it was cheap, I thought it was thin, I thought it wasn't very protective. The Sim head cover is nice and thick, it's a nice leather, it's better, and it's a fantastic colour scheme. I mean, this is great, it's really thick, but it's orange. So yeah, the Sim takes the head cover around as well. But remember guys, that is all down to your personal opinion. You may love the colour, you may love the looks, you may love the name. For me, the head cover doesn't matter too much anyway, because I would be putting my Harbour Town head cover, or maybe replacing the Harbour Town head cover this year, on any driver that I do game in 2020 anyway, so there is that point. And I don't think that the colour scheme will put off too many people. For me, performance-wise, I mean, the Sim took it by 2 yards, isn't it? We could do this test again and that would flip on its head. Maybe the Mavrik would win by 2 yards. Remember guys, these tests are only as good as the pilot. I feel like I've done quite well today, to be fair. So 2 yards is 2 yards. The Sim has to take it on that. It spun quite high. Both of these spun quite high. So with the M5, you had the option of putting the weight at the front. That would lower the spin rate. It would bring it down a little bit. With the Sim, you don't actually have that. With the Mavrik, you do have the Sub-Zero version, so I'm definitely going to test the Sub-Zero version a little bit more, but I do really enjoy this Cyclone Aero shape, and for me that's one of the biggest points about the Mavrik. It looks so good down at the ball, it looks awesome. If I had to pick one right now, today, to go in the flight bag tomorrow, to go to Abu Dhabi and Dubai, which is basically what I'm doing. Oh, it's so close, isn't it? Flash face against twist face. Going to have to be the Sim guys for today. I love how it looks down at the ball, love the colour scheme. It just feels really, really good as well. The sound is still that little bit better than the Callaway, but I can't stress enough how this has come on at leaps and bounds in the sound department, in the audio department, in the acoustic department. I'm well aware they're all the same thing, but it does sound a lot better, and I think that's definitely going to bode well for it moving forward into 2020. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I do hope you really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed the test. I think these are 2 fantastic products. If you are in the market for a new driver in 2020, make sure you go and get fitted, but make sure you try these drives as well. I can't wait to compare these against the Cobra Speed Zone. Can't wait to compare them against the Mizuno ST200. Can't wait to compare them against the Callaway Epic Flash, which is still current. This is taking over the Rogue, and can't wait to compare them against anything else that's on the market in 2020. Guys, if you are new here, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. I've got some fantastic news coming up, some fantastic competitions coming up for you subscribers, because I want to give back to you. Leave us a like if you enjoyed that content. Smash those comments below. Which one? Which one? Apart from that, guys, I will very much look forward to seeing you tomorrow.